Hey guys, it's Lita. I hope you're all amazing, and if you are not, I hope my video puts a smile on your beautiful faces and makes you laugh. As you can see, I'm not in the usual place that I usually record. I'm actually recording today with my dad's tablet because I don't like recording when everybody's home. I don't know, I have a feel of a sense of awkwardness, so that's why everything probably looks a little different. So I have a very special video for you guys this time around, because I know it's probably been at least a week and a bit since my last video. And this special video goes to a special group that I am associated with and that I've been with since the beginning of January, which is called OWLs. We are known as the Otaku Warriors for Liberty and Self-Respect. Now, I've been with OWLs for since the beginning, so we started in January, and it's been a really good experience. And what OWLs is, because I have mentioned it before in a live stream actually, and what we are is we are a group of bloggers and YouTubers, because we have 2 or 3 people including me who do YouTube and videos. And how the idea of this group came about, Otaku Gamer Zone, he came up with the idea for the group, and also our broadcasters, one of our people sort of in charge in our team, which is Aria. She came up with the name. The aim of our group is that we want to promote just some positiveness throughout the internet, the world. Basically, we are but a small group, but we believe that we can make just a teensy weensy bit of a little difference in the world. And we want to promote acceptance in individuals, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, religion and disability. And we emphasize the importance of respect and kindness and tolerance to every human being. Now, we know some people might not share what we believe in what we do, but I fully believe in what we do and everything, and we have a great team of people now. We at least have over 20 members now, which is amazing. So what we do every month, so we do what we call a blog monthly tour. Anybody who's a YouTuber or a blogger, they actually do a post, and every month we have a topic, so they have to pick an anime or something related to the pulp cultural medium related to that topic, and write about it. So for this month, for August, our topic is Bloodlines, which aka means family. So I'll just read you guys the little promo thing or prompt that we give to explain what we'll be talking about. So, family means everything, or does it? This month we will be discussing the importance of family relationships in anime and pulp culture. Family and relationships include a child and his or her parents, sibling rivalries, adoptions, and etc. Some questions about family that we will be contemplating on include how one's family shapes his or her identity, how we define family, how does a broken household influence a person's view on family. We will be exploring these questions and types of relationships in our blog tour. So that is our prompt for August, but throughout since January until now we've been doing different topics, but I'll get to all explaining all that towards the end of the video. But so my video today is actually participating in this blog tour for August, which is Bloodlines, and I decided to do a video for this because typically of the last other blog tours I've done a post. I wrote it. The anime I will be referring to in this video I've really wanted to talk about for a long time, The Great Excuse. And number 2, I'm very pushed for time as well, instantly when I think of family, because I believe it shows different forms of the reference of family. And the anime I'll be talking or referring back to in this series is Fairy Tail. Now, I have been a long-running Fairy Tail fan for a very long time, and Fairy Tail was one of the very first mainstream animes I really got into. I never got into Bleach or One Piece or anything like that, and Fairy Tail, it just, it's everyone says it's a roller coaster of emotions. because it is. And the basic premise of the story is about a girl named Lucy Heartfilia. And in the very first episode, she runs away from home. She comes from a wealthy family and she wants to like make it on her own. She wants to join a guild, and like a magical guild. Called the Wizard Guild, and she ends up coming across Natsu and Happy, and that's how they meet, and that's how Lucy ends up joining Fairy Tail. Now, of course, the series is much bigger than this. This is just the basic premise of the story. It is so much more than that. It just expands. I mean, even now, I know like the manga has finished for Fairy Tail, or I think it's about to. I'm kind of behind on Fairy Tail. I'm like really, really behind. Fairy Tail just refers to me so much of family, and it just shows it in all different forms, because even if like the focus is on like the main Fairy Tail Guild, which Fairy Tail Guild is amazing. All of the characters in the Fairy Tail Guild are so amazing. They are. And they've all got their own story. You end up getting to learn about their backstory, like where they come from and their relationships, like with their family. There have been so many moments for me in Fairy Tail where the representation of family has just kind of screamed out. And I can recall at least a couple of moments that really teared me up. If anybody's watched Fairy Tail, you guys know how emotionally invested the show is. It just, you know, it's one of them shows that just knows how to get you in the feels. The first moment for me was going back to, this is the Tenru Island arc. This is, and you know, we've got our ice guy known as Grey from Fairy Tail, Grey Fullbuster, and if anybody knows, and I should just make people aware, there's actually, I will be revealing not too many spoilers, really, I won't be. But Grey Fullbuster was taught the ability of magic from his ice maker teacher. I'm saying ice maker teacher, just teacher. Her name was She was known as It's just a great name, really, isn't it? And she had a daughter named Altair, and unfortunately, Altair in the Tenru Island arc ends up joining Grimoire Heart, which is an evil dark guild. And you actually get to see Altair from like the beginning of Fairy Tail, but up until then she's like kind of led on the wrong path. She's very hate and revenge. She's in search of like Zeref, one of the main sort of evil dudes in Fairy Tail. Altair all her life has been angry at her mum because she felt like she abandoned her. But that's not what really happened. The moment leading up to is when Altair actually finds out the truth that Altair as a child was actually sick, and brought her to a facility that said that they could, you know, make her better. But in the end, Altair was actually abducted, and that's when the people in the facility, you know, kind of brainwashed Altair and said, "Oh, your mother's abandoned you," blah 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 blah. And that's when Altair kind of took the wrong path, and just the moment that she realised that she hadn't been abandoned, it was so impactful, it was. And then after that, of course, she realises all the wrongs that she's done and knows that she was loved. The second moment also is it's a touching moment, it is, and it's to do with one of the Fairy Tail members named as Kana. Now, Kana can get very drunk all the time. I love her character, and for years she has never told one of the S-class wizards, one of the top wizards known as Gildarts. He only comes home every so many years after a mission, and during the Tenru Island arc again, this is a really good arc, by the way. It's one I thoroughly enjoyed. Hannah eventually gets up the courage to tell Gildarts that she is his daughter. From years and years ago, Gildarts was actually married to Kanna's mother, which I can't remember the name of, but she ended up leaving him because Gildarts always ended up working a lot. And Kanna has never said the truth because she was in search of her father all this time, and she finally finds him, and she can't pluck up the courage to tell him that she is his daughter. And the moment that she finally does, it is so beautiful, and it got me like really bad. I mean, imagining how Kana felt all those years, just maybe the feeling of rejection it was, that he might not want to know her, And that can be said about in real life. It's a huge thing, and you don't want to feel the sense of rejection from, you know, like your parents or your siblings or anybody. One of the forms of family that fairy tale represents so well is like friends are family. And of course, you know, fairy tale, everybody is really close in that guild, and they always, in every single arc, they are always looking out for one another. If any crisis happens, I believe in the second arc there was a guild that tried to take over fairy tale, and I remember this really badass moment where Natsu got so annoyed and looking down at everyone, looking at their wrecked guild hall, and I remember he just got so angry, and it was a really great moment. He made this like little speech, and you know, like, we're all family, and you know, that's what fairy tale's about. It's about family, and it just sings like throughout the whole series. And that, you know, no one is judged in fairy tale. Like, one example is a character that comes in, I think the first or the second season, known as Juvia. She was from the Phantom Lord guild, and after, like, I think that guild, she was kind of very glum, very bland girl. Grey that really got through to her. And they ended up letting Juvia join them, and you know, somebody that was previously their enemy, and she completely changed after that. She felt loved. She felt, for the first time, she realized what it was like to be in, you know, like a guild like fairy tale, and to feel loved and have friends. You know, I've always called like any of the friends that I have, like on the internet or in real life, that they are your family. They are, you know, I regard them as like the highest, as like my own family. Personally, for me, with my family, I'm very close actually with my family, even though like with my sister, you know how sisters are, or siblings are, you know, we're sort of on and off a lot. But when I think of family, I honestly think that every family is not like perfect. If the whole world, if every single family was so happy, there was like no negative energy, nothing went wrong, nobody argued, I would think that is really not normal. Family has all their own imperfections, they do. No family is perfect. Every family goes through their own stuff in their own way, and there is like no right or wrong way. There isn't. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of video. Also, you know, I wanted to do in some way talk about the group with Owls. I recommend that you go check out our blog. Our blog has all the announcements. We have our blog tour schedule, or like blog tour roundups. For the schedule for this month, you can actually see it on our blog, and you can actually follow us on Twitter, which is @OwlsBloggers. And we also have a Facebook page called Owls Bloggers as well. And if you would feel like you would like to join our group, anybody can join, but at least have to be a YouTuber or do videos or be a blogger. Whoops, my thing decided to fail on me. Through our contact form page, just fill that out and somebody will get back to you. Our Naja is in charge of that. And look, yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, if you would have any more questions about owls, you can ask me. I recommend checking out all the other posts and videos that are for this schedule for August. And if you want to keep up with my anime antics, you can follow me on my blog, Alita Kina Anime Corner, and you can follow me on Twitter at Kino Reviews, where I am all the time. And I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be. Maybe it'll be next week. Possibly will be. Bye!